Day 12 of filming every day until I lose 60 pounds. Today I weighed in at 280.9.
For brekkie today, it was piece and a half of sourdough bread, some guacamole, avocado toast, and then honey and salt, along with 2 scoops of whey isolate protein powder. Finishing up the final chicken wiener for breakfast. And all of that equaled out to 75 grams of protein, 61 grams of carbs, and 24 grams of fat.
Over time, I've come to learn that cats are really the true meaning of life.
I'm also sipping on one of these Ollie Pops. Supports digestive health with a new kind of soda. So I took some pictures of the front and the ingredients, and I put it into artificial intelligence to tell me what's up. The overall summary is that it's mostly marketing with a small amount of legitimate benefit, but nothing close to a therapeutic digestive aid. And the bottom line comes down to, if you like the taste of it, go for that. If you're buying it for gut healing, you're better off spending your money on whole food fiber. It says like berries, oats, beans, and veggies. A targeted probiotic if needed, or just eating more plants.
Locked in for a few hours before heading to the gym, where I started off with the compound movement on the belt squat. I did 4 sets of 8 reps, the last 2 sets really making sure to go heavy, emphasizing the depth and keeping the knees out so they don't cave in while I'm squatting. I moved on to a unilateral Bulgarian split squat, where I slowly increased the weight with both hands, and then on the final set I did 1 heavy-handed set. Really love these for overall leg progression. Then I did calf raises. I did 4 sets of 15 reps. I found that getting a bounce or a second effort to really get to the top of the rep has helped my calves a lot. Then I did a unilateral leg extension to work the quads individually. Couldn't set up the camera for this, so you're just going to get a POV version. 4 sets, 10 reps. Then I walked on incline, 3 incline, 3 speed for 20 minutes. With stretching and all, I burned 700 calories in 1 hour.
Home from the gym, and before I start making dinner, I stopped by Whole Foods and picked up some goodies. For easy lunches and snacks, I got this organic turkey breast, pepper jack cheese to throw on there, and some low carb tortillas to throw those on with just some mustard. Make it low cal, high protein, easy snack. Another easy meal prep thing I got, chicken meatballs. Just make some pasta with some sauce and then toss these in it. And it's an easy way for this whole packet to be 45 grams of protein. Now, the big bulk of lunch will be coming from these 93.7 ground turkey. I have this recipe mastered. I tossed this in a pot with some bell peppers, freshly born baby spinach, and the childhood classic taco seasoning original. To make it kind of like a healthy taco bowl, instead of ground beef, which is a higher fat content and less protein, this ground turkey is a great substitute where you can get the same taste, similar texture, but it has a lot more protein and it's lower calorie because there's less fat content. And I said this before, but last year I struggled with a lot of health issues with my thyroid on just like brain fog and anxiety and no energy. And I did all these tests. Scan on my brain came back completely normal. Tests on my heart came back completely normal. But the thing that I didn't do because it was so expensive was a digestive look through with like an upper endoscopy. It was like a couple grand and I didn't want to spend the money. But a lot of things have been fixed except the digestive issue. So I want to try and fix it naturally. And with that, my research has come to have pre, pro, and postbiotic foods. Now I'm trying to understand and learn this concept, but I am going to start with small amounts and gradually increasing those doses of raw kimchi and some Greek yogurt. But I guess this is Icelandic yogurt. When I Google it, this one came up as the most beneficial for gut health, because it has live and active cultures. I'm gonna start with prepping a few cups of jasmine white rice. To season it, I do some pink salt, garlic powder, black pepper, some of this organic Italian seasoning without salt, and finally some smoked paprika with some extra virgin olive oil. And then it's pretty easy. I just place this bowl into the rice cooker, top it with a lid, and then flip a switch. And then in 25 minutes, we have rice. Now I'm gonna work on the turkey. Lubricate the pan with some avocado oil, and then I just trauma dump all 4 pounds of 93.7 turkey. break this up with a spatula and get it all kind of ground up to start with so it doesn't cook in chunks. Next, I'm going to prep the veggies. 2 peppers and then 1 whole onion. The veggies cut, so we have red pepper, yellow pepper, and then onion. Ground turkey's cooking. I don't really like that much juice, so I'm gonna strain it. Mix around. I started with half an onion. It looks like a half an onion might be enough because these ogres have layers. Doing on full leaves kind of is not ideal, so I definitely take my time and just chop these up into baby bite-sized pieces. Now I've heard you're not even supposed to eat large amounts of spinach raw because it's not good for your digestive system, as plants have like defensive mechanisms and it messes with your body, and who the hell even wants to eat that much spinach? So this is just an easy way to get protein in all my veggies in one single meal of the day. There's also a little known trick in the business where you spread the seasoning. You just put some water, pop a lid on here, turn the heat down to low, and usually just let that simmer until the rice is done. Meal prep done for the week. We got the rice cooked in bulk, same with the ground turkey and all the veg. So I'm set up for success, no excuses.
And I did a sensory deprivation tank. Started with plugging the ears so the salt water wouldn't get in there, but basically get into this tank called a float tank for an hour with 1,000 pounds of magnesium sulfate salt. And there's no sound, there's no light. It's pretty disorienting getting out, but it really relaxes the mind and the body. I would recommend trying it.
For actual dinner tonight, I'm rocking with some organic chicken thighs. I'm gonna start off by seasoning both sides. So we're gonna hit it with some paprika. Make sure it absorbs the sunlight we just placed upon it. Flip them over, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Finally, spray them with some avocado oil and toss them in the air fryer. For starting on the gut journey, I'm gonna take 100 grams of this Icelandic yogurt and mix in 30 grams of this Kinder's barbecue sauce. And this is the sauce I'll use on the chicken thighs. Then we got the chicken thighs, Icelandic and barbecue sauce, and some kimchi. Chicken thighs, goodles, Icelandic Greek yogurt with some barbecue sauce, and then disturbing looking kimchi. Macros on this meal is 86 grams of protein, 30 grams of fat, and 100 grams of carbs. It's only my second meal today, so it kind of makes sense. The last one will be a little bit smaller. Here's how the sleep went last night. Got 9.5 hours total. 5 of that I was awake, 2 hours and 22 minutes of REM sleep, 6 hours and 6 minutes of core sleep, and 1 hour and 5 minutes of deep sleep. So overall on paper, a very solid night. My respiratory rate looked normal, and my heart rate dropped down to 44 beats per minute.
So this whole box, 12, 24, 36 grams of protein.
Sometimes as I'm editing these, I'm like, damn, I kind of do the same stuff, like similar food and, you know, routine, but that's the way it's supposed to be consistently achieving this goal of losing this much weight and getting in shape and getting healthy. It's about consistency, and can you consistently have the discipline, show up every day and eat similar things, eat the same thing, hit the protein goals, hit the calorie goals, work out, do the cardio, keep your mobility. And that is the most important thing, and I think me showing up every day hopefully is, I know it is, helping some of you because you message me or leave comments and, you know, struggling with motivation and stuff, and like motivation just doesn't last. It's about consistency, and whoever can continuously do the boring stuff day after day with discipline, we will win in the end. And so that's what it's all about. So I'm having this turkey and cheese wrap. You know, normally you think chips with it or something, but on the side is nothing less crunchier than a protein shake, but gotta get these gains. I guess technically losses, but not losing muscle. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.